The men of Numenor now face a new foe in Middle-earth. It is the Haradrim of the East. Evil men corrupted by Sauron and his dark magic. And we will have to see whether Numenor can take on the armored cataphracts and the great bowmen of the East. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We're here with another Last Alliance battle for you today, and this is a good one. Like I said, this is Harad versus Numenor here. This is the Kingdom of Numenor we have here today. So it looks like it's going to be a very, very interesting fight, that's for sure, with Harad having masses of cavalry here, and we have the Numenorians with, well, very little, actually. They have, yeah, really very little. Got a steel bowman here. They're getting underway, firing their volleys of arrows at the oncoming, like, hordes of Haradrim. I mean, their infantry are, like, so-so. These horrors of the desert, pretty solid, but nothing like... and they're a really good hybrid unit. But it looks like they're really cheaping out on their, like, range. You got these tribesmen slingers here being brought, and... what else are they bringing? Desert warriors. I mean, a lot of cheaper infantry certainly being brought, that's for sure. Serpent fences, which are an okay unit, but obviously a lot of the money going into the cataphracts and the serpent lance over here, which are flooding around in their hundreds right now, flanking here behind the Numenorian positions. Look at them, just a sea of horsemen. And yeah, Numenor very close, need to keep a close eye on these guys, because very soon they're going to be surrounded already. It's going to be a bit of a dire situation. They're bringing a lot of elite troops, certainly like heavy infantry. You got a lot of them being brought. Numenorian sword masters as well. I mean, solid infantry that should win their fight. That is for sure. Yes, if you're enjoying the Last Alliance content at the moment, like to see some more Second Age action, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show support. It really does help out the channel. But yes, if you are unaware of the Last Alliance mod, it is a mod for Shogun 2, which is set in the Second Age, in the age of Numenor, and yes, you have the Numenorians here fighting. You've also we've got loads of cool factions: elves, dwarves, orcs, evil men. As you can see, like I said, Numenorians as well. You've got like Bree is in there as well. You've got some other cool factions as well. But yeah, already we have the cataphracts going in and the cavalry as well, slamming into the back of these these city guards. Are a pretty decent bow unit. But the spears here in the back lines are going to have to protect them. I don't know why they're not being used as a defense while the sword masters go in and cut down these guys. But Desert Warriors here should do a pretty decent job as well. You can see Serpent Fences losing decisively. I mean, these same with these Desert Warriors. I can't imagine they're going to win this fight. They look like a double-handed polearm unit. Well, not polearm unit, I guess, double-handed spear unit. Doing a pretty good job. And we've got more of the fences over here as well. I think even, maybe, no, not even any horrors of the desert in here. They're holding them back, using all their ammo maybe before they send them in. Which is never a bad idea. This is going to be a pretty brutal charge into the archers here. Really not being protected with these cavalry these archer units by the cavalry. I mean, I feel it's a bit excessive though. It doesn't need 3 units of cavalry just to charge 1 infantry unit. I mean, it's breaking 138. It could break. My gosh, that is pretty bad for Numenor. That's for sure. I mean, these Numenorian swordmasters as well are protecting against cataphracts. Don't know how good an idea that is. But the unit is actually losing decisively. It's been in combat there and it's actually dying pretty quickly. So maybe that unit is perfect for anti-cav, but I can't believe it is. Slingers breaking there as well for Harad. Yeah, Numenor only has a missile cav unit available. It has like a Numenorian ranger. And they're like a mounted horse arch unit. That's their only unit. They don't have any knights or anything like that. Nothing like they have in Rings of Power. They have like everyone just appears on a horse. Even though you never saw horses getting put onto those boats. We've got Nazar back here as well somewhere. Where is he? He's the general, Nazar the Great Shah. Yeah, these lancers doing a pretty good job. They're starting to weaken these sword masters as well. And turn this fight around. The archers as well for Numenor are pretty good. City Guard and also Steel Bowmen, pretty good in melee. Got Tamiriel here, who's a good hybrid unit, spear and bow. And we're seeing a bit of these troops pulling out of combat to go in elsewhere. Looks like the Numenorian Steel Bowmen might take over, actually fighting combat here. Whether they're out of ammo or they're just deciding that their actual infantry is needed elsewhere, I don't know. I mean, the models look amazing. They always do. And yeah, if you want to get the Last Alliance mod and you haven't already got it, feel free to go and check out the mod. The link is down below in the description. It's on ModDB. It's really simple to install. It's really not too difficult. And I'd fully recommend it. Yeah, combat even. I mean, they should really win that fight. I can't imagine they won't. Oh my gosh. I mean, when the fire arrows go off in Shogun 2, it really looks like it's like a flamethrower or something. It is quite a sight. And these bowmen here, they're not interested by the archers that are firing in the back. They're only caring about the cavalry ahead of them, which is fair enough. Putting as many volleys into those cavalry units as possible. They will be getting weaker with every volley. Desert Warriors breaking. Yeah, no, like, Horrors of the Desert in there yet. They only have the 2, I think. Oh, no, maybe a 3rd. Or maybe even a 4th. It actually is more than I thought of them. They actually might do an okay job taking out the rest of the remaining infantry for Numenor, but I don't know. This cavalry seems relentless. I wonder whether Numenor would have been better bringing a bit more infantry, like cheaper infantry, but because their infantry generally is better than Harraz. But I like the Horrors of the Desert. It's pretty solid. So I wonder whether that would have been a better idea. Because then, I mean, something like cheaper spears and stuff would have been very useful for countering this cavalry. Yeah, the units are breaking for Harad though. More over here, Desert Warriors going over there as well. If Nazar dies as well, he is a cataphract unit. He is pretty vulnerable to like just an archer volley or a cav charge into spears killing him. Then that could do masses of issues for the morale here. You can see they're just trying to pull through that unit really to try and break it. Lots of Serpent Lancers there trying to do their best. Lots of the bowmen keep running away. I mean, Tarmariel will be a perfect unit to counter the cavalry. They're a good hybrid unit. Also can fight well. That's what a hybrid unit is, I guess. It's a unit that's both bow and melee. And in this case, it's spears, not swords, so it's even better. Like I said, anti-cav, and also can shoot at it while the cav retreats away. Yeah, that's finally a city guard's going to break. This might have been the one earlier that would look like it might break. But yeah, infantry-wise, looks like suddenly over here they're going to win. I mean, they're just clearing up stuff that isn't Horrors of the Desert as well. I mean, it doesn't even look like these Horrors of the Desert shooting into the backs of these guys. This would make the fight much quicker. Like, Numenor would lose this fight so quickly. These Numenoran infantry otherwise are kind of taking on these Horrors of the Desert pretty well, pretty effectively. I mean, these heavy infantry really look like Founding Guard. But they just got a spear and a shield instead of having a big old pike like they do in Dauntless Days. But I guess that's maybe where the Founding Guard are inspired from. These heavy infantry of Numenor. Again, same with Numenor. They could just be shooting into the back of this combat here. Killing off some very, very elite Horrors of the Desert. I know, again, they're kind of trying to deal with the cav, which is a constant pain in the backside here for these men of Numenor. Men of the West. Gifted long life by the elves. They're beating these serpent fence, like I said. It's looking very good, but here we go. Rear charge from the Horrors of the Desert is causing these sword masters to finally give in. They're starting to wave. They're starting to potentially break here. And there you go. They have, in fact, broken. So it's just under this heavy infantry. Losing decisively now. But we might be about to see a counter flank from Numenor, which is really what needs to happen to try and save this unit of spears, but also just to try and kill off the Horrors of the Desert as well. I wonder what the cost was, like the prices were. I mean, Tarmariel's unit also looks awesome. Look at the shields in the back. Like a heavy infantry unit, but with a cool shield. Looks awesome. Yeah, I wonder how much the prices were for armies, because there's a lot of cav being brought, and also some pretty decent amount, like a decent amount of Horrors of the Desert. It might not be anything like too insane, because they did cheap out on their archers. Which is fine, because you get Horrors of the Desert, which are already a bow unit. The Cav's still getting hit hard here. But yes, if you've got some Last Alliance battles that you want to send in, like Pope, I've got some epic scenarios, or just generally just some close battles that you think be worth showing off on the channel. I'm always looking for new cool replays for this mod. I do want to show it off more and more, as it expands and gets bigger and better, then feel free to join my Discord. The link's down below in the description. You're more than welcome to join and get involved in some battles, or just send in your own, or just go and chat to some fellow Total War fans. I don't know why they pulled out the City Watch. I said ammo left, and this one doesn't. But bit of a risk. Morale could just break. You never know. Again, over here, could they just surround these horrors of the desert? There's a large chunk of infantry here that they could just take out. The cav is looking pretty depleted. We're down to 2 serpent cataphracts and Nazar's like great Shah Guard. Or Shah Guard. Don't know what does he call it exactly. What do you call the great Shah Guard? I was right. But he has instead just decided to charge in the back of those city guard archers, which is going pretty well. These 2 units here look like they're going to waver. Serpent fences also look like they're going to break. And now they're going for rear charges on the infantry engaged in combat. Always a good target as well. But like this is just, if anything, making it more of a pressing issue. I mean, this Numenor and Swordmaster needs to get moving. It's stationary. It's not doing anything. So this is going to say makes it more of a pressing issue to get units in behind, either shoot them in the back or just to rear charge them. Because it breaks it. Horrors of the Desert here finally starting to waver, starting to break. Cav rear charging here. That might break a unit or 2 for Numenor. He's down to these heavy infantry, which are tired. Combat's even. But they need, yeah, these guys here just need to get engaged. Get charging in. Tamriel as well. She's a pretty healthy melee infantry unit. Numenor has this in their grasp of winning, really. All they have to do is maybe put like Tamriel, defend the back lines of these guys so they can't get rear charged. And then send in all their pretty solid infantry. Or like, sorry, their remaining solid archers into combat. I mean, I haven't got any solid infantry left, really, by those 2 units engaged. And also the Swordmasters up there. So, maybe they have more solid infantry than I let on. Steel Bowmen, you have no time to be firing arrows. You need to be engaging those horrors of the desert. And instead, Numenor pulls back this unit. He's going to lose so many men from doing this. This is going to be out of position. Oh, it was never a good idea. Yep, dying pretty quick. We're seeing Steel Bowmen now going to combat, which is good. They're going to need to do more of this, but they've got to surround these units. Like the horrors of the desert, even though they're like intermingled amongst the Numenorians, I don't think they'll feel that pain because the Numenorians are the ones that broke formation. Cav here again charging the Tamriel. I don't know how wise this is, but it killed 50 of the bodyguard. So it must be working relatively well. Again, this Swordmaster's up here just chilling, doing whatever he likes. Whether the Steel Bowmen can take a charge, I don't know, but maybe not if they're running away like that. They're all going into combat down here. Engage them, boys. Kill them all.
Oh, shameful day. Our army is running from the field. We must rally our men before all is lost.
Looks like the spears are going to break here. Heavy infantry's breaking. A lot of Numenorians now starting to break. This is worrying the city guard as well. They've been battered and bruised most of this fight. The Cav is still just about alive, doing its job. Tamriel might need to go into combat here as well, because I don't know if they have enough to kill. I mean, this cataphract routing, which is something. They're going to need at least another unit of cataphracts to break. But instead, another unit of archers, look, it might be about to break. As is this one here. Steel Bowman starting to go. Oh, yeah, this is a mass rout, I think, coming on. Tamriel, don't know how long she'll hold, but Numenor is about to lose all of its army, bar the general. Fight on, Royal Guard, to the last man. But I think that was lost by Numenor. I don't think. I mean, Harald technically won, but I think Numenor had the chance to seal the deal, win it over here, when they had those Numenorean heavy infantry putting down a whole bunch of Haradrim, and he could have just like then had Tamriel defend the rear of that unit and then surround with the others, I guess, or do the opposite and just have and like have the other units around there and have the archers protect against the Cav. Shooting at stuff Just something to absorb the charges so they didn't take rear charges while they were engaged with infantry. I think they could have routed all those heroes, horrors of the desert. Sorry, heroes of the desert. That would be a funnier name. But yeah, we're just gonna fast forward a little bit here. It's just a lot of charging going on here by the cataphracts, trying to reroute some units here and there. They're doing a pretty good job. It's not going to become like insanely like what a comeback this is.
Our men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Started fast forwarding. If it had, that would have been quite annoying. And as you can see, these units starting to break. I mean, I think it's just gonna require Tamriel to get relatively low, but I'm not even sure how low that.
Our rash general has been captured.
Oh, there you go. The general's been captured. Tamriel will go back to Harad in chains as her people lay dead on the battlefield or in chains, defeated. At least it seems so far. But I don't see Numenor really changing the tide of battle right now. The cataphracts just about managed to survive as well. That unit is walking this way. It's starting to break. It's not a good sign. It's not even got into the battlefield and it's wavering. One cataphract charge might be enough to break that poor Unit. Yep, in they go. Just obliterate that poor unit there.
Vanquished.
And now we're going to see Tamriel probably chain her out here.
Remember it as the day of our most glorious victory. The enemy general lies dead.
Oh, they decided to kill Tamriel after capturing her.
And let our swords have his men.
Unless it was, it might have been Tamriel survived and it was actually the Haradrim one that got captured. I can't remember. But anyway, we'll end the battle and have a look at the end results. It was a costly fight, that is for sure, for the Haradrim. But a fun one nonetheless. Like how they put a Lord of the Rings coin. Not really the right era, but it looks awesome. You can see the lines of Rohirrim here. Well, it's not Rohirrim, it's Northmen. The future Rohirrim, I guess you could say. Look awesome. Looks really, it does look cool. I'm looking forward to doing more content on this. And there's, I think, an orc update coming, which is supposed to buff the orcs. So maybe once after that's been done, we'll do a campaign on this mod, which will be awesome. But yeah, so this was sent in by Ellen Anish, who was playing as the Haradrim. Brought a lot of troops, as you can see here, more than Cambras, who was playing as Numenor. Did bring a small but elite army, and did kill a fair amount. That's sure. Every man killed at least one person, it seems. So the unit statistics, got these Serpent Cataphracts getting 227 kills, 218 for the Horrors of the Desert, another one getting 194. Horrors of the Desert, not surprising, doing very, very well. Nazar up here, his general, with 164 kills. And then we've got Lost Serpent Fence, like 125. And then, yeah, Serpent Lancers, quite a way down, getting 63 kills, I think, the first one. So, yeah, not doing as well as those Cataphracts. And then look at this. Look at the Numenorians. 467 kills with the Numenorian Steel Bowman. 356 with another. Tamriel getting 264 kills as well. The Bowman doing incredibly well in this one. Numenorian Heavy Infantry 214 kills. Swordmaster is getting 210. And then, I mean, we've got 185. I mean, most of these kills here are incredible, really, for the Numenorians. Really well done. By Cambras, who was playing as Numenor. It just wasn't quite enough in the end, but certainly was a close one, and I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and comment show your support, and make sure you hit that notification bell if you're interested in any other Lord of the Rings stuff and you don't want to miss out. Make sure you hit that so you are notified about all stuff Lord of the Rings. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.